the ASOP vehicle retrieval system. Vehicle select. Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location. Please visit us again. Goodbye.
I am going to take it slow and methodical. My main ship of choice from my fleet is the Anvil Carrack. The Anvil Carrack is Star Citizen's big, long-range expedition ship. Think mobile base for living out in deep space, not fighter and not cargo hauler first. It was originally developed by Anvil Aerospace for the UAE Navy as an exploration and pathfinding vessel, and later moved on to the civilian market. UAE is the United Empire of Earth. The vehicle you can see is the Ursa, a ground rover in Star Citizen. Big, chunky, six-wheeled, leave the ship and actually survive on the surface kind of vehicle. The bike you can see is the Mirai Pulse, which is a one-seat hoverbike designed to be compact enough to stash in ship bays and small garages. The base Pulse comes stock with a gimbal, size 2 laser Gatling gun. Practical note, it's ideal Carrack kit because it's quick to deploy, fast for surface runs, and small enough that you don't have to play vehicle Tetris every time you load out. Lots of space for cargo, as you can see, with side opening bays for easy loading and extraction. Apologies for the chat window. Just ignore the chat window if you can. I keep it open because chat is where the action is. It's a free window into the universe, letting me know what's going on or what's about to go down. So just tune it out. It's for me, not for you, and keeps me safe. This is the ventral defensive turret. It covers one of the Carrack's most vulnerable zones below you and behind you. That's exactly where small fighters love to sit when you're spooling quantum, landing, or climbing out of atmosphere, because it's a classic blind spot and an easy place to get chewed up. The Carrack's defenses includes multiple turrets. By default, you've got 3-man turrets with dual-size full guns, plus 1 remote turret controlled from the upper bridge. This turret isn't an attack turret, it's a get-off-my-tail turret. The point of the ventral position is to punish anyone trying to chase you from below. But here's the reality, it's manned. Someone has to sit in it and run it. So if you're solo, that turret is mostly insurance you can't fully claim. That's why, as a solo pilot, I avoid the most dangerous regions and hotspots. I'm here for long-range exploration and living out of the ship, not volunteering to be target practice for organized groups. Carrack's medical center is its onboard keep the crew alive facility. It's there for 2 reasons: stabilize you after things go wrong, and let you get back into the fight or back to work without having to limp all the way to a city hospital. What it does in practical gameplay terms, it's a place to treat injuries and recover without leaving the ship. In the current medical system, the key idea is triage. If you get messed up on a bunker run, a crash landing, or a bad encounter, the med bays where you stop bleeding, clear injuries, and get functional again so the expedition doesn't end just because someone took a bad hit. Carrack is an expedition platform. Expedition ships are only useful if they can keep operating when things go sideways. The medical center is part of that self-sufficiency. You can run ground missions with an Ursa or a hoverbike, get someone hurt, bring them back, patch them up, and continue. That's the whole point of carrying a small base with you. Blunt, solo pilot reality, it makes you more resilient, but it doesn't make you invincible. A medbay helps after damage. It does not protect you from being deleted by other players, especially if you're caught in a hotspot. That's why the Carrack shines when you pick your routes and avoid high-risk areas when you're alone. The recreation room on the Carrack is the crew's decompression space. It exists for a very practical reason. Long trips grind people down. If you want an expedition ship to feel believable, it needs somewhere that is not a workstation, not a turret seat, and not a bunk. What it's for in the lived-in universe sense, it's where crew eat, sit, talk, plan, and mentally come down after missions. Think morale management. You can run on adrenaline for an hour, you cannot run on adrenaline for a week. What it's for in gameplay terms right now, it's mostly atmosphere and roleplay value, but it matters because it sells the scale of the ship. The Carrack is designed as a mobile base, so spaces like this are what separate it from big cockpit with beds. It supports the idea that you live here, not just spawn here. The dining room on the Carrack is the ship's civilization node. It sounds fluffy, but it's actually a serious design tell. This ship is built for long duration living, not just flying. What it represents in universe. A crew needs routine. You can sleep anywhere, you can eat anywhere. But if you want people to function for weeks or months, you build a dedicated place to eat, talk, plan, and reset. It's where decisions get made when everyone is tired and tempers are short. Dining is logistics plus psychology. captain's room on the Carrack is the ship's private command space. On an expedition vessel, you need a place where the person making the final calls can shut the door, think clearly, and reset. It's not luxury for its own sake. It's operational hygiene. What it's for in universe: privacy, sleep, planning, and accountability. The bridge is the Carrack's command deck. It's where the ship is actually run, not just flown. On a ship built for expeditions, the bridge is designed around situational awareness and crew coordination, not fighter style, one seat, one stick, go. Carrack's upper bridge is the top level of the two-tier bridge. Think of it as the captain's command tier, not the primary piloting bit. Solo pilot reality: if you're alone, the upper bridge is mostly a vibe and a planning space, plus remote turret access when applicable. It does not magically turn the Carrack into a solo warship. The Carrack is strongest when you avoid trouble, not when you try to outgun it. This is the repair workshop, what I call the printer room. The Carrack is built to stay out for a long time, so it needs a place to keep systems alive when you're nowhere near a station. The drone room is the Carrack's drone operations bay. It's where the ship's remote hands are meant to live. Drones get stored, serviced, and then piloted out to do work without risking a person. The Carrack's hangar is the ship's garage. It's built to carry and service a small craft, most commonly the C8 Pisces, so the Carrack can stay hidden or parked safely while you do runs with something smaller and cheaper to lose. What it's for, in plain gameplay terms: deployment. Launch the Pisces for scouting, pickup, light cargo rescue, or just moving fast without dragging the whole Carrack into trouble. Recovery. Bring the Pisces back inside, close up, and you're protected again. That's the whole expedition loop. Mothership stays alive, Snub does the risky errands. Logistics: it's a staging space. You can prep gear, move items, and treat it like the front door of the ship. The engine room on the Carrack is the ship's mechanical core. It's where the living ship illusion becomes real, because you're standing next to the systems that actually keep a multi-hundred-ton brick moving and breathing. In universe, this space exists for three things: maintenance, access. Big ships are not magic. They need access corridors, inspection points, and room to swap components. The engine room is where an engineer would diagnose faults, reroute power, and keep the ship running when you're weeks away from a station. Power and cooling infrastructure. On ships like the Carrack, the engines are only part of the story. You've got power generation, heat management, and system distribution. This room is the visual language of that. It tells you the ship is built to sustain itself, not just sprint and dock. The cartography deck is the Carrack's map room. It's where exploration turns into a plan. It's a purpose-built space with the central holomap for charting routes, briefing the crew, and making navigation decisions. It exists because the bridge is for flying the ship. This room is for running the mission, so you can mark routes, compare intel, and choose your next move without trying to do all of that while landing a 126-meter brick. And these are the escape pods. Last resort. If the Carrack is breached, disabled, or going down out in the black, this is how you separate from the hull and buy yourself a second chance to be found. This is the airlock. It's the controlled way out to vacuum. Inner door seals, chamber cycles, outer door opens. You can step into space without turning the whole ship into a wind tunnel. More escape pods. I love Star Citizen because it feels like a real place, not a menu with planets attached. Most games give you space as a backdrop. Star Citizen gives you a universe you can actually live inside. You walk through your ship, you feel the scale. In VR it gets even more ridiculous, in the best way. A Carrack stops being a big ship and starts feeling like a mobile home you could get lost in. I also love it because it's not just missions. It's people playing roles whether they admit it or not. Traders, medics, pirates, gankers, escorts, quiet explorers, full-time chaos merchants. Some areas are peaceful and almost spiritual, just you and the hum of the engines. Other areas are lethal, and the most dangerous thing in the entire game is not the vacuum, it's other players. And I like that because it's a great analogy for the real world. The environment is hard, but humans are the wild card. I've been around since 2012. I'm not here pretending I played every patch like it's my job. I dip in, I leave for months or years, then I come back and see what's real now. And that's why I can say what I'm about to say without sounding like a fanboy. I genuinely think this is the best game ever envisioned. Not because it's perfect, it isn't, but because nobody else even tries to build a universe with this kind of ambition and detail. And yeah, I've spent real money on ships, not as a flex. I did it because it's crowd-funded and I wanted to support the build in my own small way. Some people play the lottery and get nothing. I backed the game and watched it slowly become the thing I hoped it could be. That's my lottery win. Also, I like my space on my own terms. If my food supplies are going down, it's because I'm eating them, not because some random crew member is stampeding through my pantry like a bull elephant. Now let's head to the new Babbage spaceport, which is one of my favorite spots because It actually feels social in a natural way. It's a proper hub. People end up there for practical reasons, so you get that steady flow of players who are gearing up, sorting ships, meeting friends, or just taking a breather before heading back out. It's also a great staging point. You can land, grab supplies, sort your load out, rent something if you feel like changing plans, then roll straight back to the hangars. It feels like a real before the mission space, not just a menu you sprint through.
Hello, and welcome to New Babbage, capital city of microtech, where creative innovation meets innovative creativity. Hello, and welcome to New Babbage, capital city of microtech, where creative innovation meets innovative creativity. Well, thanks for listening. I hope you enjoy your time in New Babbage.
Or the beauty of our award-winning gardens.